Hello, I'm Adam Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support them. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Tuesday recap, the 30th of June 2026. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a slightly cloudy but still beautiful day. And honestly, I am running on pure caffeine right now. We have so much to talk about regarding Genoa City, and I just need to get all these thoughts out before my brain completely short circuits. So grab your coffee, because we are diving deep into the madness. Let's talk about the elephant in the room first. Lauren Koslow. Yes, Kate Roberts Brady from Days of Our Lives is temporarily stepping into the iconic shoes of Jill Abbott. And honestly, I am so conflicted. I love Lauren Koslow. You guys know I do. She is a soap legend, a literal legend. But seeing her as Jill, it's going to be an adjustment. It is just going to be weird. Sometimes recasts work instantly, and sometimes you just stare at the screen trying to trick your brain into accepting it. I guess we just have to wait and see how she plays off the rest of the cast. But the timing of this? The timing is absolutely wild. Jill is coming back to town, and she is dropping right into the middle of a massive mess. And you just know she isn't here to bake cookies and knit sweaters. She is here to cause absolute chaos, because that is what Jill does. She blows into town, yells at everyone, tries to take over a company, and leaves destruction in her wake. So the spoilers for Monday say that Jill is going to completely surprise Billy and Kane. Just pop right up on. And I have to ask, why Kane? What is Jill's agenda with Kane right now? We know Kane has been hovering around Chancellor Winters, pulling that incredibly toxic blackmail stunt with Lily over Malcolm's bone marrow. Is Jill back to put a stop to that? Or is she back to team up with him? You never really know with Jill. She changes her allegiances faster than I change my mind about these storylines. Actually, maybe I'm being too harsh. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Jill always has an angle. And then there is Billy. Oh, Billy. Billy is an absolute train wreck right now. After the whole horrific situation with Sally fleeing into the storm and losing the baby because Billy and Jill were questioning the paternity, Billy is drowning in guilt. And now his mother is just going to casually stroll back into his life? The same mother who helped push Sally over the edge? This is going to be explosive. I can already see the yelling matches. I can see Billy just completely losing his mind in the middle of the Abbott mansion. But let's shift gears, because the real emotional heavy lifting this week is happening over at Genoa City Memorial. You guys, the Nikki Newman storyline is stressing me out so much. I have a stress headache just watching her have headaches. The cliffhanger on Friday, June 26th, was brutal. Just brutal. Nikki suddenly going completely blind? That was terrifying to watch. We've been watching her suffer from these blinding, agonizing headaches for weeks. She honestly thought she was dying. And now we know why. A tumor on her optic nerve. A literal tumor. And now she is being rushed into emergency surgery on Monday, June 29th. The whole Newman family is gathering at the hospital, pacing the halls, drinking terrible hospital coffee, looking miserable, and it just feels so heavy. It feels like one of those classic Y&R hospital vigils, where everyone is crying and reflecting on all their terrible life choices. Nick is going to be there, probably pacing a hole in the floor. Victoria is going to be there, looking stressed in a designer suit. Even Adam might show up, though Victor has him babysitting Matt Clark at the ranch right now. But the family dynamics in that waiting room are going to be so tense because they are all terrified they are going to lose their mother. And I have to say, the writers are really going for the emotional jugular here. The fans on social media have been freaking out all weekend. Is Nikki going to die? Is Melody Thomas Scott leaving? No, guys, she's not leaving. But they are definitely putting her through the ringer. The poor woman has been through everything. Cults, alcoholism, multiple sclerosis, being kidnapped, falling downstairs, and now a brain tumor and sudden blindness. Can we just give Nikki a spa day? Just one episode where she gets a massage and drinks a mocktail? But no, this is a soap. Suffering is the currency. And this brings me to the most messed up part of this entire storyline. Victor Newman. I can't even begin to unpack the psychology of this man. So Victor is at the hospital, playing the role of the deeply concerned, doting, heartbroken husband. He even pulled strings to get a top surgeon flown in to operate on Nikki. And the spoilers say He is hoping this health crisis will lead to the long-awaited reconciliation between them. He wants his wife back. He wants to save her life and hold her hand and be her hero. Oh, how sweet, right? Wrong. Are we just going to forget what happened a few episodes ago? Let's be real. We all saw what he did on June 22nd. We saw it. He used Nikki's agonizing pain. He used her sheer terror that she was dying to manipulate her into signing a fake medical power of attorney. I am still so angry about this. I am literally typing this so hard my keyboard is shaking. Victor deliberately tricked his terrified wife. Hidden deep inside that legal jargon was a clause that transferred all of Nikki's personal shares in Newman Enterprises into a trust that Victor completely controls. And while she was heavily sedated, completely out of it, Victor started liquidating her assets. He is literally looting her estate while she's lying in a hospital bed fighting for her life. He is stealing from her under the guise of paying for special therapies. What kind of sick, twisted love is this? He wants to reconcile with her, but he also wants to strip her of all her power and money so she is completely dependent on him. It's monstrous. It is classic Victor, yes, but it feels so much darker this time. And thank God for Victoria, because Victoria is starting to catch on. She noticed the asset liquidation. She realizes her father is acting like a vulture, circling a dying animal. And I am so here for Victoria taking him down. I want her to march into that hospital waiting room and confront him in front of everyone. Can you imagine the drama? Nick would lose his mind. The fans would absolutely lose their minds. But you know Victor. He will just stand there, hands in his pockets, mumbling about how you got that right and how he is just protecting the family legacy. He always justifies his horrific actions as protecting the family. But who is protecting the family from Victor? Honestly, who? Because right now, he is the biggest threat to his own wife. So Nikki is in surgery. The top surgeon is doing his thing. But what happens when she wakes up? The spoilers are hinting that her future is incredibly uncertain, and that the blindness might not be instantly cured by the surgery. She went completely blind on Friday. The optic nerve is so delicate. What if the damage is permanent? What if Nikki has to navigate the rest of her life without her sight? That would be a massive, massive storyline for Melody Thomas Scott. And she would act the hell out of it, let's be honest. But imagine the vulnerability. Nikki's already a proud woman. If she wakes up and realizes she is blind, she is going to be devastated. She is going to feel helpless. And who is going to be right there, ready to take advantage of that helplessness? Victor. This is where my brain starts going down some really dark rabbit holes. If Nikki is blind, she literally cannot read any documents. She can't see her bank statements. She can't see what Victor's doing with her shares. She will have to rely on him for everything. Is that what Victor wants? Did he know the tumor was this bad? Okay, no, maybe I'm being too harsh. He didn't cause the tumor. But he is absolutely the type of person to use his wife's tragic disability to cement his own power. He will isolate her. He will play the devoted caretaker, all while secretly dismantling her independence. It makes my stomach turn. I just hope Victoria gets to her first. Victoria needs to sit on the edge of that hospital bed and whisper the truth into Nikki's ear the second she wakes up from anesthesia. And you know what would be amazing? What if Jill Abbott gets involved in this? I know. Jill and Nikki have hated each other for decades. They have had so many epic catfights, falling into cakes, throwing drinks. But they also have this weird, underlying respect for each other. What if Jill finds out what Victor is doing to Nikki's shares? Jill is a businesswoman. She knows a hostile takeover when she sees one. What if Lauren Koslow's first big move as Jill is to actually help Nikki? Okay. Maybe that's fan fiction. That's probably just me rambling and hoping for a female empowerment storyline that the writers will never actually give us. But it would be so good. Jill marching into the hospital, glaring at Victor, and telling him he's a piece of trash. We need someone to hold Victor accountable. But let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger pattern here. The writers have been leaning so heavily into the dark side of Victor lately. Between him kidnapping Matt Clark and keeping him at the ranch, terrifying Sharon, and now this horrific betrayal of Nikki, it feels like they are building up to a massive downfall for the mustache. Or at least, they should be. Who actually believes this is going to end well for him? Eventually, his kids are going to turn on him completely. Nick is already hanging by a thread with his drug issues and the Matt Clark situation. If Nick finds out his father stole from his dying mother, Nick might actually destroy Newman Enterprises himself. The whole family is a powder keg right now, and Victor is just sitting there lighting matches and throwing them around. Getting back to Jill and Billy really quickly, because I just can't stop thinking about how messy this is going to be. Billy is at his lowest point. He is grieving the baby that Sally lost. He is hating himself for doubting her. And Jill is the one who planted those seeds of doubt. Jill is the one who always tells Billy he is making a mistake, that he can't trust the women he is with. Jill's interference literally led to Sally running out into that rainstorm. When Billy sees Jill, is he going to hug her or is he going to absolutely explode? I really hope he explodes. I hope he tells her to get out of his life. But Billy is so emotionally fragile, he might just collapse into her arms and revert back to being a little boy who needs his mommy to fix his messes. It is so frustrating to watch. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. So yeah, Monday's episode is going to be a lot. We have Lauren Koslow making her debut, causing chaos with Billy and Kane. We have the Newman family crying in a hospital waiting room. We have Victor playing God with his wife's life and bank accounts. And we have Nikki, poor Nikki, facing the very real possibility of waking up in total darkness. I am exhausted just thinking about it. I have been staring at the screen for hours, trying to make sense of these storylines. And honestly, sometimes I wonder why I get so invested. But then a cliffhanger like Friday happens, and I am right back in it, yelling at my TV. What were they thinking with that power of attorney plot? It's brilliant but evil. Anyway, I need to go lie down, or maybe drink a gallon of water. Let me know in the comments what you guys think is going to happen when Nikki wakes up. Will she be blind? Will she forgive Victor? Do you even want her to? Stay restless, everyone.